When I started playing the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I had a few questions. Like, why does everything feel so slow? Why is everyone camping? What is with all the claymores? Black Ops 4 just came out last year, and this feels so different. Look, I'm gonna break down just how different the new Call of Duty is from COD's past, particularly Black Ops. If you're a diehard Call of Duty fan, lots of this will sound familiar, but if you aren't as deep in the trenches, this should highlight what sets the new Modern Warfare apart. Either way, subscribe to the leaderboard, alright? What is Black Ops? First, let's get our intel straight. We get a new Call of Duty game every year because the franchise gets passed between different studios. Infinity Ward made the original 2 Call of Duty games, as well as Ghosts and Infinite Warfare, but their crowning achievement is obviously the Modern Warfare series. Okay, so Sledgehammer helped them out with Modern Warfare 3, and they've made a few COD games on their own, but whatever, we're not talking about them today. No, the other major player is Treyarch. They've been on board since Call of Duty 2, Big Red One, a spin-off. They got a shot at a main series title with Call of Duty 3, and yeah, they kinda blew it. That game sucks. But hey, at least World at War was pretty good, especially with the ever-popular Zombies mode. More importantly, it set the stage for Treyarch to take off with their claim to fame, Black Ops. So okay, fast forward and we've got 2 different studios with 2 different sub-series under the titanic Call of Duty umbrella. Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare, and Treyarch with Black Ops. And just on the surface, these 2 series are wildly different. First of all, the campaigns. The original Modern Warfare trilogy has a story that's relatively grounded in reality. Bad guys shoot good guys shoot back, it's pretty straightforward and simple to understand. Sure, Modern Warfare 2 does have a betrayal that still burns me years later, but the plot can be boiled down to fighting terrorism. On the other hand, Black Ops goes completely off the rails. There's mind control, conspiracies, robotic limbs, even the Zombies mode has its own story with time travel and everything. Look, we already did 3 different timelines of Modern Warfare, Black Ops, and the Zombies mode, so go check those out if you want the full story. For Black Ops 4, Treyarch completely ditched the single-player campaign to make room for Blackout, Call of Duty's Battle Royale mode. Of course, Zombies mode was still there in all its campy, over-the-top glory. And sure, Infinity Ward eventually threw Spec Ops in there as a neat little co-op mode, but it doesn't hold a candle to Zombies. You know it, I know it, and I think Infinity Ward knows it too. By this point, it felt like the only thing Black Ops and Modern Warfare had in common was their competitive online multiplayer modes. I mean, come on, they're still both Call of Duty games. And yet, both series had crafted completely different identities. Black Ops was flashy, campy, and over the top, while Modern Warfare was more reserved, taking on a more serious, realistic tone. And that's why they play so differently. Black Ops 4 was going for a more high-octane arcadey vibe. The original Modern Warfare games were pretty fast too, but the newest Modern Warfare is trying to be a more methodical, tactical shooter. Let's dig into the multiplayer, you'll see what I mean. Arcade versus tactical. For example, just look at both games' time to kill. In Modern Warfare, you can expect to die a lot more quickly. Just a few bullets and you're down for the count. So, if you want to survive, you'd better be on your toes all the time. You can't just run around carelessly or else you'll be spending more time waiting to respawn than actually playing the game. Meanwhile, Black Ops 4 has a longer time to kill, meaning you'll have more time to react to an ambush and heal up. Of course, you can just run for it, and if a bullet happens to catch you, you'll be gone and around the corner before the second one even hits. Sure enough, Black Ops 4 gives you all sorts of options when it comes to multiplayer. Players can choose from 14 specialists, and some of them feel like they belong in Overwatch or Apex Legends or something. You know, it feels like a hero shooter, something new for Call of Duty. Ruin gets a grappling hook that lets him zip around the map, while Spectre brings a sword to a gunfight. You wouldn't see this kind of stuff in Modern Warfare, and that's what gives Black Ops its own identity. Generally speaking, Treyarch's games feel faster, really putting the run in run and gun. You move swiftly, and Black Ops 3 even doubled down on that by putting in jetpack boosts and wall runs. Okay, so you can't do that stuff in Black Ops 4, but you can heal yourself. It gives players more agency and a chance to get back into the fray after taking a big hit. Even reload speeds feel faster in Black Ops 4, but that's likely due to Infinity Ward's new dedication to tactics and realism. Seriously, don't hold your breath for any jetpacks in Modern Warfare. Instead, it's all about taking the time to make the right decisions in the best moments. Being patient and observant is key, but at the same time, you'd better be ready to react to anything at the drop of a bullet casing. For example, if you're far away from the battle and need to get there ASAP, you can use the tactical sprint. You'll point your gun upwards and make a mad dash to the action, but again, you have to be careful. If you run into an enemy while you're sprinting, you'll need to wait an extra second to ready your weapon. You have to know when the tactical sprint is necessary, and that's just one of many decisions you need to make in every match. Here's another call you gotta make. Do you mount your weapon or not? Yeah, if you want, you can also mount your weapons to cover, peeking around corners or above barricades to hopefully pop off some rounds on some poor chump who happens to walk by. It's far more protected than, say, no cover at all, but at the same time, you're stuck to that cover as long as you're mounted. You're basically a stationary target. Anyone who sneaks up behind you is going to find a pretty easy kill staring them right in the face. Of course, you could fortify yourself with claymores, but you're not that out of touch with humanity, are you? Okay, they have been patched to be a little bit better, but I've still got scars, man. Emotional scars. Those original hitboxes were almost as broken as my psyche after those first few hours of playing multiplayer. Look, I know I'm complaining, but on launch, the Claymore was such a powerful option that you'd practically be shooting yourself in the foot if you didn't take one with you. The trigger and damage radius are nerfed now, but you can still expect to run into them online, figuratively and literally. If you've got an eagle eye, and take your time, you can at least spot them first. You can even hack and disable them with the EOD perk. 3 lanes, no more. When it comes to map design, Call of Duty found a pretty solid formula thanks to Treyarch and the 3-lane map design. If you're not familiar, it's pretty simple. Players generally have 3 paths to get from one end of the map to the other. This prevents one team from holding an advantageous choke point for an entire match, and it encourages crafty players to flank their opponents using a different route. It's a solid, tried and true map style, but it's dominated Call of Duty maps for years. By Black Ops 4, 3-lane maps felt too played out. Playing matches on these maps got stale after a few hours, and most of the maps had that structure, so there really wasn't a lot of variety. In response, Treyarch released larger DLC maps for Black Ops 4 that broke the trend, but they kind of overcorrected. Even some pro players criticized the larger maps for being a bit too complex. With Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward's answer to the problem seems to be adding more nooks and crannies to each map. Rushing and flanking has become far less viable, and camping is the name of the game. Yes, long gone are the days of running and gunning through multiplayer matches. If you don't tread carefully, your KD in Modern Warfare can plummet, because enemies, or the dreaded Claymore, could lurk around any corner. I mean, Shoot House is a 3-lane map, so Infinity Ward is flirting with the idea of bringing them back. Still, the vast majority of the maps are not. Create a class differences. So, perks have been a staple of Call of Duty games for years now. When creating your class in the new Modern Warfare, it feels just like it did with the original trilogy. You pick a primary and secondary weapon, a lethal and tactical grenade, and 3 perks. It's just enough choice to build a loadout that works without overwhelming players with option paralysis. You know, it keeps things simple. Still, when you compare that to Black Ops 4's approach to loadouts, it seems like it's lacking a sense of real customization. Starting with Black Ops 2, Treyarch spiced up the whole class creation deal with the Pick 10 system. You have 10 points and you can spend them on whatever you want to bring with you to the battlefield. Within reason, of course. It wouldn't make much sense to carry 10 assault rifles with you, right? The system gave players all sorts of control, especially with wildcards. If you want more than 3 perks, you can make that happen. If you'd rather sacrifice your sidearm for one beefy gun with tons of attachments, that's just as possible. And to round it all out, you can slap some colorful skins on your weapons that don't cost any points. I don't know what tactical advantage a diamond-covered SMG has, but sometimes style is priority number 1. But don't count Modern Warfare out just yet. While you can't extensively customize your loadout, you modify almost everything about your gun. Each weapon has a deep pool of customization thanks to the new Gunsmith system, which lets you add up to 5 modifications to a single gun. You'll find classic options like laser sights and different optics, but you can even swap out the barrel or add perks to each weapon. Your take on the M4A1 can wildly differ from your friends depending on what you value in your assault rifle. Oh, and the skin options in Modern Warfare are a little more grounded in reality. Sure, there's some funky ones like the neon pink dragon skin, but for the most part, it seems like Infinity Ward is going for a more tactical feel. Ground War versus Blackout. As far as game modes go, you'll find some overlap between Modern Warfare and Black Ops. Like, both are gonna have team deathmatch, you know this. But Modern Warfare's breakout game mode has to be Ground War. Infinity Ward took it to the next level. Now it's a 64-player match featuring 2 teams of 32 players broken into smaller squads. The maps here are much larger to compensate and have 5 control points scattered around them. It's basically a massive domination match on gigantic maps. Players coordinate their team's movements to maintain control over as many points as possible to rack up the most points. Since these Ground War maps are so huge, players can use vehicles to get to their destinations faster, and back their teams up with some extra firepower. Of course, they can even spawn on their squad mates to get back into the fight even faster. Ground War maps also have a ton of verticality, so snipers can pick people off from a long way away. All in all, it plays a lot like Conquest mode in Battlefield. It all plays into the more tactical nature that Infinity Ward is going for. Meanwhile, Black Ops 4's massive multiplayer game mode, Blackout, is their take on the Battle Royale formula. You know the drill. 100 players battle against each other on one massive map. You can queue up on your own or in squads of 2 and 4 if you want some backup. Last person or group standing wins. It's just like PUBG or Apex Legends or shoot, what's that other one called? Yeah, Tetris 99. Of course, there's tons of rumors that Modern Warfare is getting a Battle Royale mode of its own. Once that Battle Royale comes out, and it probably will come out, we can do a comparison video if you want to see that. But when comparing Black Ops and Modern Warfare, here's the key difference. Black Ops is an arcade shooter, Modern Warfare is a tactical shooter. Kind of. That's what they're going for, at least. It's not on the level of something like Rainbow Six Siege, but you gotta give Infinity Ward credit for trying something different. And hey, if you want to give us credit, subscribe to the leaderboard. From indie to AAA, we love the games you play. Come on, that absolutely seamless segue at least deserves a like, right? I think it deserves a whole subscribe, but whatever, that's just my opinion. I've been your host, Dan. Thank you for watching.